but they will have to find out.
Shut the fuck up and start the podcast.
No.
You tell them, Noah.
Yeah. Thanks, Mom.
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah. All right.
Let me catch these hands.
Howdy, hi, and hello. Welcome to CNC Talks. As usual, there's only one host today, Krista.
Oh. Hi.
So much pressure. Thank you.
It's my favorite video on the whole internet.
Yeah, I was gonna say my favorite meme.
Why am I the host?
I don't know.
You just said you were going to be the one talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now you're host, so you have to talk
I don't
want to.
I don't want to do it.
Too bad.
I don't love it.
An avocado.
An avocado. Thanks.
Any small talk before I do this whole episode by myself, pretty much?
Small talk. No, I have nothing to say about your dick.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Go for it.
When's that concert happening? When you guys are leaving? What day? What month?
What?
That
It was supposed to be today.
The concert or the festival?
festival, sorry.
September.
Oh, yeah, September
September. Okay.
7th to the 10th or something. It's
I'm
gonna
so
be
excited.
exciting.
I'm so excited.
Blue Ridge Rock Festival in Virginia.
I already have a list.
144 bands.
Yeah. I already have a list of camping supplies. What we're still going to need. Who
Era
we
got
can
added.
split stuff between each other so we don't have to buy everything ourselves.
Motherfucking Era got added. I'm so excited. That's why we didn't go to the show today. Bought
Can
tickets
I-
for it and everything, and then we were like,
We're going to see these guys in
yeah, we're
September.
going to see these guys at Blue Ridge. I'm like, fuck it. I don't feel like driving to Pittsburgh.
How much does it cost?
Like
What?
200. Oh, each ticket was like $300 and some dollars.
And
but like I
then-
said, it's 144 bands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over 4 days?
4 or 5 days, right?
We'll get there Wednesday set up. It'd be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So
Okay.
4
yeah.
days.
4 days of music.
Yeah. And Sunday night, you have to be out of the campground Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I know I've already said a couple bands that I'm excited for, like Spirit Box and Amity Affliction and, you know, stuff that I normally listen to. But I'm really, really fucking excited to see Baby Metal.
Oh,
I'm so
you
excited.
hand me that.
Baby metal?
It's
No,
It's
no.
pretty, here.
Okay.
Give
I
me
have
your
to. What?
notebook. Your notebook. Let's talk about this after this.
Hang on. I just
No, this
have
is
to
small
check.
talk.
Yes, this is small
I
talk
know,
time.
but the
Get
small
it out
talk
of
is
the
going to be the whole episode.
Is this like the K-pop thing?
way.
Yeah.
No,
'Cause I think
it's
Japanese metal.
That's what I thought.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's
I thought that's
that, but
what it
screaming
was.
metal.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, that was more than enough small talk.
Y'all.
Today, I'm going to be discussing homebrew / house rules that I use or have started using, and then we'll talk / discuss about other people's homebrew / house rules and say our fucking opinions about it. Got it? Good? Cool. You guys fucking suck.
What?
You just said you were going to be doing most of the talking. What do you expect?
I get no fucking... Yeah, sure,
I
okay.
said, uh-huh.
That's fucking worse than saying
Yes,
nothing.
Noah. That is absolutely wonderful.
Okay, when you say, I'm going to be doing most of the talking, my brain goes, okay, time to dissociate.
That still means fucking... Well, that doesn't mean I'm just not going to speak at all.
Yeah, don't ask her.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Noah.
So, first one is a newer one that I brought up. Hasn't been used in Vreeland at all yet, but I call it the deadlier death saves.
Ooh.
So, I think it's kind of boring how someone can go down and then immediately come back up, have nothing wrong with them, go back into battle, go down, up, down, up, down, up, whatever, constantly, and feel like nothing's wrong with them.
Mm-hmm.
How I'm want to do it, and if it ever comes up. So if you go down once and come back up, it's your saving grace. You just gone down. You still have your mental capabilities, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The second time you go down and come back up, you'll have disadvantage on all your on all your rolls. You're starting to get a bit hazy, but you're still able to somewhat move. Third time you go down and come up, same thing. All of your rolls have disadvantage, along with your speed and your health is half. You are getting closer and closer to the fucking death. You keep cheating death. Do it one more time. If you fall down, you're not coming back up.
Mm-hmm.
You are automatically dead.
Yeah.
Because your body has gone through so much in a matter of supposedly 12 seconds. You going down, up, down, up, down. It's your time to go. If you're not trying to survive, it's your time.
That makes sense. Yeah.
It hasn't been brought up. Everyone has only been gone down once, and then a battle ends, and then you all get resurrected some way.
Mm-hmm.
So it hasn't really gone into any kind of effect.
Yeah.
Next one is the bonus action potion. Bonus action to drink any type of potion. I don't give a fuck. Matthew Mercer from Critical Role uses it.
Oh.
It's nice. Instead of taking a whole entire action, you being like, all right, I need to drink a health potion or give someone a health potion.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll use my whole turn to drink 2d4 plus 4 to just get whacked again and fall down.
Yeah. Well, that's nice.
I hate that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Crits, people have called this a couple different names. The Dungeon Dudes and XP to level 3 call it crunchy crits.
Uh-huh.
But it's just, I think it's the best way. So how normally you roll your amount of dice. So let's just say it's 3d6. You add the number you rolled plus your modifier plus the max set of dice. So 3d6 is
18.
18. Thank you. 18 plus your modifier plus the number you rolled from that 3d6. It is much better, in my opinion. It makes it more impactful than just being like, I now roll 6d6 and I rolled all ones. Great. Love it.
It almost makes a crit feel just like stolen. It's like, why do I even have a crit if I have a chance of still getting a shitty roll?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't make sense.
Next, I don't use encumbrance. I don't give a fuck about it. I don't care if you have 13 different swords in your backpack with 3 goblin heads and then a chain that has 3 goblin ears and 2 goblin dicks in your backpack. I really don't care. I don't care about gold. Do whatever the fuck you want. If you want to forget your shit that I give you that is very useful, that can be useful, that's your fault now. Everyone that I DM for. I give them some things.
Easy.
I give them some things, and then some people don't fucking do anything with them.
I've used that ring more than anything.
You haven't used it recently.
I haven't really had the need to.
Yeah. Next one. No homebrew spells ever. I do not care if you created them. I don't care if someone paid Gary Gygax himself to make spells for this supposed special game. No, I don't care. Not using them. They will break in some way, or they look harmless right now, but then somehow down the line they fucking destroy a Tarask in one hit.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Unfair in some certain way.
Absolutely
Yeah.
fuck you. Another one is, I don't really use it anymore, but if we do it for fun, ask me if you want to do homebrew stuff. If you want to do spells.
Mm-hmm.
No. Class, race, whatever.
Yeah.
Talk to me about it. Other than that, I don't really use it.
Mm-hmm.
There's already so much homebrew shit that I put in that I think justifies everything else.
Yeah.
Last one. No evil characters. Unless the campaign changes into a certain way. So if there is a evil campaign, obviously play a fucking evil character and don't play a good character.
Why'd you look at him?
He's played a fucking evil character.
Who?
You stated that you played an evil character before, but you were in an evil campaign.
Oh, yeah.
So it's justifiable.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's
I gotcha.
what I mean.
Oh, okay. I was like, but I'm like, we all were. I was so confused.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, I get what you mean now. I was just like pointing fingers at me, and I was told to make a bad character. Like, what? But I know what you mean. You mean like a normal campaign?
Yes,
like,
a normal campaign. Even if it's fun, if it's non-serious, I would still rather you play some type of character that's good or good-esque.
That's where people need to stick to it. And if he's a dickhead, just fucking kill him. Kill him immediately.
Yeah.
Just be like, this goes against everything that I believe in.
Fucking
like,
Michael.
Yeah.
All right. We're on to the section of where you two fucking pitch in your talk. I'm just saying, get ready, because I'm going to be telling you all these other things.
Okay. Go ahead. I thought you were asking if we had anything to say right now. I'm like, no. I'm like, I've never used anything homebrew, like, in any of my campaigns or anything, so. What do you mean, huh?
First one. This has been going around more recently. Better potions. So instead of a potion, you can drink it as a bonus action. Mainly health potions. And you roll the dice. People have been starting to use... So as an action, and you drink a potion, you just get the full HP. But if you drink a potion as a bonus action, you have to roll for the hit points.
I like that. I think that's, Because my thing is so when you say better potions, is that all they change, or does the number, like the health point number go up?
No. I just named it better potions.
Okay.
Because it's a better way to use potions if you get into a pinch. So let's say you have a superior potion, which is a number of dice plus a number.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what it is. I just know every time I drink or I have a potion, I never drink it because it doesn't fucking do anything.
I think it's 8d4, I think.
Oh.
I think it's 8d4. So if you drink a superior potion as an action, you get all those hit points.
32.
Yeah, you get all those hit points. But if you just use it as a bonus action, you have to roll for it. So...
I kind of like that.
I thought about it.
We should try it sometime.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll try it with our upcoming stuff.
Yeah.
Not the stuff we're already in. But...
Mm-hmm. Next one.
Yep.
I've been on the ropes for this one. I want to try it, but I'm also very, very against
Hesitant?
it as well. Huh?
Hesitant?
Yes. DMs secretly roll death saving throws. So instead of... So let's just say Frondosa goes down.
Yeah.
She does not roll anything. Anytime her turn comes around, I roll behind the screen, unknowns to anyone.
I think that takes the...
Wait, explain that again?
So instead, let's just say you go down and you're on death saves.
Yeah.
You, with this rule, you don't roll any death saves.
Okay.
I do it. I do
Okay.
it for you.
Okay.
You don't even know what you're rolling.
Okay.
So you don't know
I
if
just
you're
put
going to
it-
die or not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I put it behind the screen,
Yeah.
and I just mark if you succeed or fail. A lot of people have been saying that it makes it more cinematic, like, oh shit.
Uh-huh.
she's down. No one knows if she's dying or whatnot.
I've heard this.
Her up.
DMs will add like telling the character to describe flashbacks that they're having, like memories or whatever, to like keep them involved in the situation. Obviously, it's not just like they're just skipping their turn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something's still happening, but the death save is being done by the DM, not the character. Okay, I kind of like that.
In my opinion, it's kind of taking away from the player.
That's what I was gonna say.
Rolling wise,
I think if you get in a good game and you're like all sitting there, like it helps you be like, okay, well, like I think it. Well, I get. So you announce every time, like
no,
hey,
I don't announce anything. So she goes
every
down.
turn, we don't know if she got a save or a fail.
Yeah, no.
Okay, see, I think that's stupid because if somebody goes down, then, like...
None of you knows, not even Kristen knows if she's going to die. That's why everyone will be like, oh, fuck, we have to get her up now.
See, okay, story-related or, like,
Story-related. I believe it might be both.
Well, no. I mean, this is what I was going to say. So, like... based on the story and like the live action, like the actual role playing point, I think that makes more sense for you to roll them and not tell us at all, because it's not like I'm sitting there and I'm like if my character's like holding off enemies, Ranto's not gonna go over and look and be like, well, it looks like she's about 2 out of 3 for being dead. So like, that like it would just be like. I feel like it would show your character's true colors more if they would do that.
Yeah, a little bit more of a sense of urgency.
Would I just be like, crap, like, instead of us as players being like, we'll let her go and see if she rolls anything, as long as she doesn't roll one, like, I'll help her if it comes to that, but yeah. I'll kind of let her go a little bit. This is like, oh, shit, she's down, like... Do I abandon her or do I not?
Yeah, based on your character, are you gonna... Yeah.
It gives you more urgency to be
options
like, shit,
for character development too.
Her. It's like, in Call of Duty, for example. Your player goes down. These dickheads are terrible. Like,
most of the time we're too far away from each other to do anything about it.
The urgency of getting there is like, hey, there's somebody standing on me. And, like, I'm running for him, and I start shooting, and I look, and I'm like, nobody's around me. I'm like, I have no fucking backup. Like, Megan just got killed, and Krista and Dukes are, like, off in La La Land, like, doing something else. I'm like, son of a bitch.
It's like that video.
Yeah, I know. I'll show you.
There's a Call of Duty video where it's, like, my boyfriend's point of view, and he's, like, killing all the enemies, and everybody's coming in on him, and it shoots to her video, and she's like, like, opening chests and picking stuff up and looting
Shoots
other
at
bodies.
Somebody for, like, 3 shots, misses every shot.
Has no idea
like,
what's going on.
And just turns around and starts doing other stuff again.
And the funniest part is the music that they put with it. So it's like that elevator, like, cutesy music on her part, and then, like, war music on his part. Yes! Oh, my God, it's so funny.
Oh, yeah.
It's great. That's exactly what you just described.
Yeah, that's literally pretty much it. And I'm just like, I hate this.
That is the main debate where DM does it behind the screen.
Mm-hmm.
It rushes everything like, yes, you need to get this person up, and it makes it more cinematic.
Right.
And then
Those forces...
it just takes away from the players. But if the players roll, still...
Personally?
It's like you roll a 17. Like, oh, yeah, she's fine. We'll just keep going.
Yeah. Personally, I would prefer that. Like, I would prefer not having that chance on me. Like, I feel like it's better served for the story if the DM handles that.
And like I said, I mean, unless you're like bleeding out or something, like we can't really see if you're dying or not. Like,
well, it depends on if your characters are paying attention to your team. Like us in Call of Duty, if we're nowhere near each other, then obviously nobody's gonna know to like hurry up and heal your teammates.
Yeah.
You know, But if you are playing your campaign in a way that is you are working as a team, that's how that's going to happen.
All right, next. Lingering injuries. After taking a massive amount of damage in one hit, so half of your hit points is the more regular homebrew or house rule, you gain a type of injury if you do not succeed a Constitution saving throw. In this, there's a randomizer table. It can range from a broken arm to now a missing eye to a loss of a body part, internal bleeding. It could even be death.
Okay.
Because the main thing that people argue about is after you take 30, 40 damage, it's like, oh shit, well, gotta go into battle still.
Yeah.
Gotta keep fighting.
What does that look like? Yeah.
Flanking bonus. Instead of doing constant advantage, I want to do this instead of the constant advantage because it just fucks over my battles. Mm-hmm. So instead of doing the constant advantage on creatures, give the players a plus, like a +2 or +5
to their attack. Or a roll.
Mm-hmm. Instead of just doing a constant advantage for both players, or even someone that's ranged getting advantage, I think that would be better, in my opinion, because that would go the same way with monsters. If, let's just say, 3 quote-unquote minions are around Frondosa, they only get a +3 or +2 to their attacks instead of... They all get advantage now, and now they are more than likely able to crit. But that's also taking a possible crit away from the players.
Yeah.
That's the main issue with that one. I kind of want to use it, give it a try, but it'll have to be after this campaign.
Yeah.
You know what I would be interested to try?
What?
Just for one shot or something. If you get for the advantage on that, you can get advantage, but you roll once, and then whatever your first roll is, you roll the second time. If it's not a nat 20, you take your first roll. That way you don't take away the crit, but you don't really get advantage either. It's it's literally like a glass cannon. It's like either your advantage is fucking nuts or you crit. You know what I mean? Like, either it's like you just get your first roll, and if it's nothing special, it's nothing special, or you fucking bring it home. Like, home run. Like, that's all you get. But you don't get to sit there and be like, hey, I rolled a 1, and I rolled a 16. So I'm going to take the 16.
Yeah.
It's like, I sit there and... That's a bad example. It's a 16. So an 11, and then I go an 11, or you roll it a second. Roll it a second time, and it's a 12, and I'm like, oh, I still take an 11 because it's not a 20. Like I said, that way you don't take a crit away, but you also don't just go, hey, you have a chance to just at least do something.
All right.
So
you could probably give it a try sometime.
Yeah. But I see the constant advantage thing too. I get it. I think it just depends too. Cuz if I'm fighting okay, if me and Krista fight, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like boxing, okay? Just think we're boxing in a ring. I'm going after Krista, and I'm, focused. I'm good. I can defend myself. But then, if you come from the right side and start punching me, I'm literally stop! I'm just, getting hit from this side, and also getting hit from this side. So it's I understand why advantage is a thing, because, when you're flanking, because it's You try and fight two people at the same time that are coming at you from two different angles. Like, that would not be great. Like, that would suck.
Well, I think that makes sense for, like, if Ranto is facing off against 2 other humanoids. But if it's 6 humanoids against a giant, a storm giant,
Yeah.
would that advantage make any fucking sense?
My thing is, at the same time, it just really depends on what they do, too. I don't know. I don't know, really. That's I see what your point is, but at the same time, I'm like, that's still 6 different people that you have to keep track of. That even though it's turn-based, when you really think about it, it's all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't care how big it is, it's still like, what the fuck? Which one is poking me right now? And it's like looking around like, you son of a bitches. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, no matter what, it is several people coming at one creature. And that's a lot, realistically. It's like a one-on-one fight versus getting jumped in the street. Like, just walking home from work and 3 people jump out and just start beating the shit out of you. It's like, I mean, obviously, if you're like trained professionals and stuff, they might be able to handle themselves, but I don't know. I would call that advantage for getting jumped.
Damn. All right, next is the help action. You can only give another person the help action as long as you are proficient in that specific skill. Let's just say Vezrin, aka Jake, is doing an Arcana check. The only way that someone can, like, hey, I'll give you advantage, aka the help action, as long... They can only do it as long as they are proficient in Arcana.
So, like, Ranto wouldn't be able to do it.
No.
But if he was, like... If Jake had to, like, get up somewhere, and he needed somebody to boost him up, like, Ranto would be able to help him with that because, like, instead of him trying to jump and then pull himself up and see if his athletics work, it'd be like, I'll give you advantage because I can, like, grab your foot and, like, boost you up, you know?
I think this takes more effect on actual skills. Like
yeah.
history check or perception check.
Like the non-physical ones.
Yes.
More. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, yeah. I see what you mean. Now, is that just the person that's helping would have to have proficiency?
Yes.
Well, yeah, I guess. Because, like, let's say Krista's not very proficient in intelligence. Somebody that would have a great deal of intelligence could come over and help her with that.
Yes.
Versus she could not help somebody else.
Yes.
What? I took a shot at you and you...
It just went over your head.
You take a shot at me every day.
I know. But I was just like this. I was looking at him and you were looking at your phone. I was like, you know, like if Krista has like very low proficiency in intelligence, and I was like... No, but seriously, like, I don't know what your stats are on your character, so I just picked a stat. It just happened to be intelligence for the memes.
The memes.
I want to get a picture of Frondosa with drool coming out of her mouth now, just like. But no, I like that a lot. I really like that. I think that would make a lot more sense too. Because you can't get 2 idiots that, you know nothing about what they're doing and be like, hey, here's 2 sticks, start a fire. They're just like, you take 1 stick and I'll take the other. And if we, like, rub them together fast enough, like, together, we might be able to start a fire. Get out of here. I'll dock you right now. No one wants to dock.
Wait a minute.
Weird. I hope you have a foreskin.
Sadly, no.
We can't dock then.
Damn.
Yeah. But
I'll try and find one and then just stitch it on.
I was gonna say, just sew it back on.
Just sew it back on.
Go find the doctor that took it from you and be like, I want my foreskin back.
Who are you?
Yeah, who are you?
Next one is the resurrection. What?
I just picture, what if you get your foreskin back and it's still the same size as what your adult penis is? You're just like, damn, it didn't grow at all. I literally still have baby dick. Go ahead.
Next one is the resurrection dilemma. This is also what Critical Role uses. Make resurrection have a chance of failing. Have like a percentage die be rolled depending on how many times you died or whatever. Instead of it always succeeding after you crush all those diamonds and like, hey, you're back alive, bud.
You'd have to play this really fairly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you would have to judge it. So, it probably wouldn't work for everybody, but I figured out what I would want to do. It's a guaranteed revive. That's fine. But you roll a percentage dice and see how much of your humanity you keep.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Like, can you picture that? If you only keep 50%, you have, like, almost like schizophrenia or, like, something like that. You could have multiple personality. Like, whatever. Something could happen. Or you could have random bouts of rage, which the DM could just, like, you could be in a tense situation and the DM's just like, hey, roll this. Like, roll this and let me know what you get. And if you don't beat the save, then you just outrageously, like you could just turn around and punch, like, a bartender for no reason or whatever, get in a fight. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or you could be, like, kind of like Simon, where it's like you just get bouts of where you just completely doubt yourself. Like, horribly. Like, you know, like the you're not you when you're hungry. Here's a Snicker. Like, it's literally the same idea, but there's just no Snickers. But
that would be interesting.
I think it would be cool. I really
Yeah.
do. As soon as you said that, I was like, oh, the percentage died to see, like, you know, and then I was like, what would it see? And then you said that, and I was like, that's what my brain was just like, oh, this would be cool too. So, yeah, we'll have to give that a try sometime.
Because even with the resurrection spell, the person that is dead can choose to come back or not, even if they decide, if they succeed on their percentage roll.
Mm.
Which is still, I think, is a cool cinematic storytelling way.
All I can think of is Max must have rolled like a 20% if it's the keeping your humanity.
Oh.
Must have rolled like a 20 or below. 20 or a 10 or something.
Next one. This is kind of interesting as well, where a lot of animes kind of do this. It's called Dying Breath. After failing your last saving throw, you can do one last action. It's very loose rules. You can attack, and it can be an auto crit. You can bless an object. You can smash or pick up a boulder that has crushed an ally, or etc. So you are dead. You are technically dead.
So, like,
You
one
rolled-
last hoorah.
One last...
The grand finale of the fireworks.
Yes,
Your United States of Smash.
exactly.
Okay. I really like that already. A lot of people probably are bitchy about it. I think that would give...
This character is gone. This is his last... This is this last character's goodbye.
Yeah.
This is... Frondosa. She's about to die. Her last action is like sending a massive wave of spores around her to either like heal a good percentage of her allies or poison the enemy massively for him to be
Groot.
stunned or something.
Hey.
As she kind of decays with the mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
That is kind of cool. I would be
I
down
become the grenade.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's like Groot. Whenever he sacrificed himself in that... Was it Avengers? Or was it Guardians of the
to try. Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Was it the first one? I couldn't remember.
He wrapped his whole entire body around them as like a massive explosion to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just left as a twig
Yeah.
as like he slowly grows back.
Yeah. I couldn't remember. It's been a while since I watched it. But yeah, that would basically be it. Be like, hey, I'm going to protect everybody with my dying breath, but big time goodbye. Like, and I mean, that kind of makes sense too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you do? Like, you fail your last saving throw, and it's like you become conscious just long enough just to make that
Well, I
last...
think with this roll, you are still partially conscious. You are just slowly...
Like you're fading.
Yeah, you're fading. And if you get that last one, you just get adrenaline really quick to do something.
Yeah.
And then you're gone.
That'd be cool in conjunction with that, where it's like it would be like, Ranto, what are you going to do with your dying breath? And then everybody would just get super quiet at the table. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like in conjunction with the you rolling instead of me, because I'd roll and be like, like, you know what I mean? Or something you could do if you have this discussion ahead of time is you could roll and then like I guess it should just be rule of thumb that as soon as you go down, you should think of what your dying breath would be. But I was going to say there may be a way for you, like, whenever you roll like your last, like, or like whenever you're getting ready to roll your last one and it's like really close to being a death, you could message them and be like, hey, just so you know, rolls aren't looking good. And then you know just to keep that quiet. But then you go, okay, so what am I going to do for my dying breath?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? But like I said, if you just get used to just thinking about it as soon as you go down, that's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This next one I think Krista will love. Turn time limits. Keep combat moving. A lot of the debate is to set a timer or to keep everything else moving.
See, I think to do that, you could just take all the phones away.
Yeah, but...
What do you mean?
Like, most people dick around on their phones and stuff, and what you're supposed to be doing is planning what you're going to do. You don't go, okay, hey, like, I'm not saying this happens every time, and I'm not saying it's just you. All of us do it. Every time. I do it all the time. So, like, don't take it as an attack or anything. Nobody. But, like, you'll be sitting there, and then they'll go, hey, Frondosa, it's your turn. And then you'll go, okay,
I have a counterpoint.
where's everybody at? What's going on? You know what I mean? Like I said, I've done it before multiple times where I'm like, oh, shit. Like, I didn't even think about what I was going to do. It's like when you go to a store and they give you, like, when they give us menus and then they come back and go, are you ready to order? And you're like, oh, shit, I didn't even look at the menu. Like, God.
I just looked at the appetizers.
Yeah.
So my thing with that would be, yeah, you can take away the phones, but you...
I wasn't being serious about taking away
no,
the
but
phone.
I'm saying on that
Yeah.
note, like, to keep distractions away, yeah, taking away the phones is a good thing, but most of the time, the reason it takes me a long time to get through my turn is because I can't remember all of my abilities and all of my spells, so I have to take that time to, like, read what things do and how to roll my dice,
Yeah, but that's
and
you.
all of that
That's
kind
what
of
I'm
stuff.
saying.
But,
That's you.
Like, if somebody else were to take a lot of time to do that, aren't they just doing the same thing?
It depends because, like, Dylan, me, Megan, we should be able to already have our turn planned out. Like, for the most part. I mean, yeah, if I'm targeting somebody and they go down, I can be like, I can still do the same thing, but I'll hit this person instead, or this creature instead.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all it is it's just...
I'm just thinking of it in terms of, like, me personally. I have a hard time remembering all the things that I have.
Yeah,
and
it
takes
that's
me a long
totally
time
different,
to
though.
figure out, like, what to do.
Yeah, but that's totally different because you're learning. You're new. This is more related to people who, like, play consistently and they still take forever on their turns.
Okay.
So,
I don't really care if you take a long time. we'll get through the combat at some point. It doesn't really matter with me. I can make it go faster by something happening, taking out half or a couple of the enemies if I really wanted to. But by that time, someone has already taken down 3 people, and I'm like, all right, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's just like I've been in games where it's like I've literally got up in the middle of the game and been like, I gotta go. Like I have stuff to do. Like I can't do this. And like that's what sucks sometimes too, which like I said, ours is different because we have new people. But if it was a smaller group of people that played and we still took as long to do like like the actual what?
Combat?
Yeah, like combat and even just talking too. Like sometimes. Like it's one of those things where it's like we don't have the time for this. We make time now because we have new people, but it's like, listen, like in the real world, like I'm not going to want to sit down and be like, hey, I'm doing this for hours,
Yeah.
like consistently. Right now, we obviously do it for hours, but we only do it once a month, roughly. You know what I mean? So, like, if you're playing regularly, I can see where putting them in. I've had a couple one-shots where I'm like, yeah, it'll be a 3-hour one-shot or a 2.5-hour one-shot. And then I'm like 5 hours deep, and I'm like, God, I'm just going to fucking start killing off my own creatures just to get this shit over with. Or I'm just going to be like, you fucking... Like, I'm going to drop all their health for no reason. Like, just cut it in half.
Yeah.
Like, so I think it really depends on your situation. So.
Yeah. Next one is a free success. Once per session, each player gets 1 free success on a roll, no matter what. It's not a nat 20, it's just you quote unquote succeed the roll of like a saving throw or a skill check that you want to do. I kind of had this in tandem with an inspiration, which I'll get to that in a bit.
You said what? Once per
session. So
That's
technically,
stupid.
yeah, I don't like it. I did use it, and then it was just being overused. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
All these like nat ones that could make it interesting. They're like, oh, I'll just use my free success. Like, okay.
Yeah, because like realistically, unless you're just like the shittiest player in the world, and you have like the shittiest luck in the world, like nat ones don't come along that often. So like your chance of really getting a nat one more than once per session anyway, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like that's the new generation like spoon feed thing. I'm like, dude, you got to learn to lose once in a while. I think everybody should have a D&D character die at least once. You know what I mean? So.
Next is advantage HP. Whenever you level up and you roll for your hit points, you roll twice and then take the higher roll. So even in case you get a nat 1, there's a higher chance that you can get a 6, 7, a higher number than a 1.
So instead of like 1 out of 100, you're getting 50-50 chance to get a good number.
Roughly, yeah.
Or a better number.
Yes.
Yeah.
Since heroes are supposed to be more tougher than the normal civilian or able to take more, they deserve a little bit more health. Yes, no,
I don't know.
It's kind of on the more, in my opinion, more of like the spoon-fed thing, or, hey, it's okay, buddy. Here's some more health. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know. I don't really know what to say on that one.
This one is more of the realistic, quote-unquote, games that people play. Short rests are now 8 hours long, and long rests are a week long. Instead of all the short rests are just an hour long, or wounds magically just slowly close, or a long rest is 8 hours, where you just feel automatically better even if you were poisoned, stabbed, a massive hole in your stomach,
See, I don't think it should be. I mean, they could add that in, like the long, like an extra long rest or whatever, or a complete rest would be like a week. But like a short rest, like, I don't know, I feel like you'd have to change all the spells because all of a sudden magic would not be used.
Yeah.
If you had to wait for like
a whole
full 8 hours to get back like a couple spell slots, I would never play a spellcaster again, ever. So like, I think if they added another one, like, and took some of the stuff away from a long rest, like, maybe instead of you, like, how does it work? You get...
So during a short rest, you gain any abilities that only take a short rest.
Yeah.
For spells, depending on your class, you can possibly get some back. Other than that, you can roll your hit die and get that much health back.
Do you have to do that on a long rest, too?
For a long rest, you just get everything back, no matter what.
See, that's what needs changed. I don't think the timing of the long rest needs changed, or the short rest. I think that, like, certain things... Like, you know how we were talking the other day with the one D&D thing? They were like, oh, on a short rest, you gain all of your channel divinities back with that new ruling.
Yeah.
I'm like, that seems ridiculous, because I'm just going to rest an hour. Like, you know. But if they were like, hey, for your channel divinity, you do have to rest 8 hours. Or if they made a short rest, like 4 hours. Like half of an 8-hour rest. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. And like it even says in the rulebook, like, a long rest doesn't have to be all sleeping. So, like, you can still do other stuff. Like, you know.
Yeah. I got 3 more, and
Okay.
then we can be done.
All right. Yeah, you're
Cool.
good.
Discovering spells. You no longer gain any new spells upon leveling up. You have to search for new spells. Depending on the class you have, like cleric or paladin, you have to pray to your god, and there's a possibility that you get spells from them. Or you could read books or talk to older folk, like a wizard, where you can learn spells from that. What doesn't really make any sense of how a sorcerer would be able to get spells if they're quote unquote magically imbued with magic. Thoughts? Feelings?
Makes sense.
I mean, it makes sense, but also meta magic, like, kind of makes sense, too. It's shitty, but it makes sense. Like, the bloodline. So, like, as you become more experienced, I don't know. I feel like in the story, you would, like, study these, you know what I mean? But you're still just realistically just learning new spells. Like, in your spell, like, arsenal, or your spell book. So, like, I don't know. I think part of that lies on the storytelling. So, you know, if they level up in the middle of a fight, that's another big thing, is like leveling up in the middle of a fight. You level up, but it's not until like you
rest.
Yeah, but like also it's like, hey, I think another cool thing would be like you have to go, like you said, to like somewhere to train for this magic, even if it's for a short time, or you have to have, you know, some type of thing that teaches you the spell. You don't just learn it out of nowhere. Because if I'm in the middle of a field and I'm walking through and Ranto levels up and all of a sudden he has the ability to learn 3 new spells, it's not like I'm sitting there and it's just like, you know, I like shudder real quick and then it's like my eyes turn like a different color and it's just like download complete. And it's just like, okay, I know these spells now. I don't need to practice them. Like, you know what I mean? Like where in the story he went and he trained with almost a Volvo. Or Volo. I mean, I almost said Volo, but it's my brain just
Vogan.
Yeah, Vogan to learn these spells over time. When realistically, I took like a level or two in it, so it was just an instantaneous thing on my end. So, but I don't know. I think it's one of those things where it's like, just because you have the ability to get the spells, I think you should have, like, yeah, you can now learn those spells, but you still have to learn them. You can't just ready them. You have to learn them.
Mm-hmm. This one is in the connection with the free success. And my dumbass brought it into the card shop campaign. Inspiration points. They get one free one. But it's an auto crit.
Yeah.
My dumbass thought that was amazing.
Bad idea.
What does that mean?
So, let's just say you guys are in the middle of a battle.
Mm-hmm.
Frondosa wants to use her inspiration point to fucking hit this next person. You somehow gain fireball. Sure. You use this auto crit on this fireball. You now roll all this extra damage because you gain that one free success, quote unquote. And it pretty much destroyed parts of my campaign. Because I let it happen, because everyone got one free one each session.
Mm-hmm.
Use it. If you don't use it, that's your own fucking fault. And it was an auto crit.
Gotcha.
Pretty much letting anyone do whatever for just one time any session.
Yeah.
You know what you could do with that? You could also do one per level
Maybe.
instead of per session.
But I have also learned to not like inspiration points because they can be used a lot.
Pause.
I'm gonna check on her and then I gotta go potty.
But that's how I rolled it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of inspiration or anything like that.
I've used it before. I've learned to hate it, and now I just don't use it. Really.
I forget about it a lot too.
Yeah. Last one, which it will now be useful for intelligence. It'll no longer be a dump stat.
Okay.
So intelligence points. If you have a positive modifier in your intelligence, you can gain an extra proficiency in a skill, tool, or language. So let's just say you have a 14 in intelligence instead of a -1.
Yeah.
Or whatever, an 8.
I know what you mean.
You now can learn an extra language and like a tool or 2 skills, or you can mix it up however you want.
That's kind of cool. I like that. It's not bad. It would add to roleplay more than anything.
Mm-hmm. And if you would gain another like 2 points in intelligence, you gain another point or 2.
Oh, it goes up per point?
Yeah, 1 point per proficiency.
Okay, yeah. I see what you mean.
But if you would end up going down a point or 2, you would have to lose one of the skills.
Gotcha. So if you had a negative in intelligence, you would have to be like, choose a proficiency and give it up?
Well, I think they were trying to... If it's a negative, it's not going to go any farther down.
Either way, I'm not a fan of this.
Yeah, no?
No, not really. Seems like it's overcomplicating something that, like, I don't really feel like it's that big of a deal. Like, it's a big deal to have proficiencies and stuff and use your skills. That's fine. But I'm like, whether I gain an extra skill or language or whatever.
Who knows if I'm going to use it?
Yeah, like that's the thing. I'm like, my thing is I can also take a background feature and gain an extra skill and tool and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of already built in. So I'm like, I don't know. Once it gets to a certain point, I'm like, it's just making it a little more complicated. I don't know. I'm really 50-50 on it. I'd have to like sit down and try it probably before I was like, yeah, this is great.
Wow, so. I decided to choose animal handling because we were in a forest for a while, and I possibly wanted a familiar. Now we're underwater, and do I really want a seahorse as a familiar? No.
It's just, I don't know. I see where it would be nice at some aspects, and like I said, most of it I'm like, you can just proxy the same effect through picking up like a good background build. Like, that's all you gotta do. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I am gonna say I think my favorite one out of that whole thing that we talked about was the
Dying breath?
yeah, the dying breath.
Yeah.
I think that would be the thing I would be most excited to try.
The ones that I would probably want to try are the lingering injuries, but maybe less detrimental. Not like, hey, you have internal bleeding. Now you cough up blood and maybe you can't move for a day or two. Or your arm and leg are missing. Good luck walking.
Yeah.
I would make it more, you have a bunch of scars all over your body and maybe once or twice during a day you ache in pain and you might miss an attack or two.
Yeah.
And then the dying breath would be very interesting.
I think it'd be cool to try because that's like you said, it does. I mean, unless it's like a poorly balanced campaign or just really bad players or a really bad DM, I guess. Like that. I don't know. The dying breath shouldn't really be used often, if even at all. Like, there's some campaigns people go through the whole way without losing a character.
Yeah.
So, like, why not? Like, it'd just be really cool. It's like, hey, on the off chance that you do die, something goes horribly wrong, whatever. Because usually, like, especially with you, I noticed lately it's been a little lackluster, but you've usually had, like, a pretty balanced campaign. Now I feel
fuck you mean?
I feel like we're fighting like cushions recently.
Oh, it's fucking difficult for 6 level 12s.
I know, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, Noah's gonna miscalculate and almost kill us one day. I'm like, that's wild, because like I was pumped up for all kinds of fights, and I'm like, these things are like me stepping on a hamster right now. Like, no chance.
Yeah.
Next time you just need to be like jack his health up or do something, you know what I mean, just to like make it a little longer lasting. And I don't know, you can work things in where maybe you give them like an extra action or something.
Who are you talking about?
Just
in general.
Oh, in my brain I was picturing Thaddeus.
Oh,
like
well, you were fucking him.
I know, but like
mouth, ass, taint, doesn't matter where. You were fucking
front to back, side to side. That was just like, and it was funny because Ranto really didn't do much.
No,
I was fighting the other guys. Either that or else I was unconscious. I don't remember.
No, I think you were trying to get either to the boat or you were just stuck in the water.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been trying to figure out that ship battle was rough. Was
Yeah, it was but it was still pretty good. Like,
really?
it's kind of so we're doing really well for like having 3 new players.
Yeah.
So like it's really cool to see them go from like, hey, what are you going to do in this situation, to them being like, hey, we're going to hold them.
We're going to hold them down and skull fuck them.
Yeah, like, we're going to hold them down. We're going to attack them here. We're going to do this. They went from being like, I don't know what to do, and like, especially like, Krista and Kaylin, they were like, they very quickly were like, hey, like, the biggest thing I can think of, the biggest evolution in Krista for playing was whenever the Moonbeam.
Yes.
With the Snefra. I was sitting there and I'm like, for real, 100%, I was just like, I am so proud right now. Like, this is truly what, like, is so cool. Is like, you know, somebody I'm spending my life with is like, hey, I want to try this because I think it's something cool we could do. And then she goes to start, like, excelling in it. I'm like, it's so cool to see everybody start to evolve. I think your DMing is getting a lot better. I think, like, obviously all the newer players are getting better. I think the veteran players are starting to kind of get back into the habit of, like, fine-tuning things. You know, like, different things that we know and we pay attention to. It's just so cool to see everybody, like, blossom in this podcast as we go.
Yeah.
So,
out of all of those rules, Krista, those house rules, I don't know if you were fully paying attention to them. Which one would you think would be most interesting to put into a campaign or put into a game?
The death save one. Because I like
the
the
behind.
Yeah,
or...
so the DM does the death
so
save.
I was gonna say that in conjunction with the dying.
Yeah.
The dying breath.
I think that
or
could
whatever.
be really cool.
Yeah.
That's what we were saying. That was what our favorites were. It was the death save one, the dying breath, because we were talking about how well balanced it is because of the low chance of you usually dying.
Of someone dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of anyone dying. So I'm like, it's not like they should be using a dying breath every, like, session or anything. And then we just got into the topic of just, in general, just everybody in this podcast and what was going on, and, like, seeing everybody, like I said, blossom. It's just really cool.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Next campaign. I roll all the death saves, and we're doing dying breath.
I'm so excited. Can we do the crit thing, too? Can we try it?
What crit thing?
Or the advantage thing for flanking?
You mean the bonuses instead
You
of...
roll once, and then the second one you only take if it's a crit?
Sure.
All right. I'm curious to try it. We'll try it live on the podcast.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Yeah. Because guess what? We'll just announce it, and we'll just be like, we're not doing that anymore.
Damn, that fucking sucked.
Yeah. So, but, all right. Anybody have anything else to add? Are we good? I just had the sudden urge to throw up. I don't know why.
That's weird.
I think it's because I've been chugging water.
Oh, weirdo.
But, anyway.
Anyway.
Anywho.
Howdy,
Any
hi,
howdy.
and hello.
Any howdy. Any hi.
Any howdy.
Oh,
She fucking
Any
said the same
hello. What? I
Hello
thought we were
is the
doing
one
all
you said.
three.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
He did the first one. I did the second one.
Oh, sorry.
any howdy.
Fucking
Any
retarded.
hi.
Any hello.
Noah,
Just being a dick.
fucking
Montage music.
Thank you all for listening to CNC Talks. If you like that episode and want to hear more, follow and subscribe to keep up to date. We have an Instagram and Facebook at Creatures and Cantrips, and Twitter at Creature Cantrip. If you want your message to be read on the next episode, leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Like, share, comment. It'll help us immensely. I hope you all have a wonderful day.